How is your shoulder?
It's okay.
What made you sit out last game?
Just give it a day of rest. I don't know too soon. I think we have a few days off coming up after this 3-game span that we have, but it's not too often you get a day to kind of just rest, so take it.
Have you gotten any imaging done on it?
No.
Do you
Not
plan
that
to?
serious, no.
And it feels, I mean, are you back to 100%?
No, but it's manageable, so just go out and play.
What have you thought in that game in particular against some of the guys out, but even during the streak, there's pretty frequently been a bad about the other guys have
I would say that our identity and who we are and who we're trying to be on a consistent basis of playing hard, making sure that, I've been talking about it all year, just playing with a certain type of effort level. And I feel like we're doing that, being very communicative on the defensive end and really moving the basketball when we can, but also understanding how talented guys are, so giving each other space. The ball's flowing, having fun doing so. Good.
Is that kind of a benefit of this team with its depth? Is that any type of injury, it's like the team can afford to err on the side of caution? Because
we don't want to.
Yeah.
The times when we can have everybody in the lineup, I think that's always beneficial, but it also goes to credit to the depth that we have when guys are out, or, we don't have everybody in the lineup. So it just shows you how talented we are. Where guys, in our second unit are pretty much starters. We have Terry and Gordon and Jalen. They're starters in this league, so that's not a prototypical second unit. And then you have a first unit like we have that is playing particularly well. But I think that we all can have that same identity, whether whoever's in, and we're all communicating that to one another.
Daniel started the last couple games at center. So what do you see out of him when he's in there with that starting group, and how do you guys play around that?
Just a poise, as well as the understanding of the game. It's just very high level. I think playing overseas has given him a great, kind of body of work of how hard he needs to play, and then coming over here, I feel like the transition has been made easier being around other great players. But he's a good player himself. Not the prototypical second-year player, who's 25 years old, but he just has a great understanding and great feel for the game. So I enjoy playing with him.
Kyrie, what have you learned about leadership so far this season, and what
have I learned?
Yes.
It's an everyday job. It's part of kind of the next step of evolution for me in my career, of just learning what that means for me and what type of leader I want to be. I've reached out to a few people, just asked questions, learning more about how to kind of manage being in a group like this, and that just doesn't go for your teammates. It goes for how you communicate with the coaches, how you communicate with the organization, and just really getting across, just being great, just being successful without anybody feeling personal about you saying something honestly or feeling like you would add something different to the team. It's all communication, and once you get past that aspect of it, then you're fine.
Who are some of the people you've reached out to for advice?
I will never tell you guys. I'll never tell you guys. I like having a mystical wisdom filled older board of people that I like to go to.
What are some of the most important things you've learned during those discussions?
Patience. Because even for myself, I think that in this point in my career, it's not necessarily about my skills or my talent. It's more or less how do I echo greatness to a group every single day and figure out what that looks like for us. That's been the biggest challenge for me, is just being patient on that end of really learning my teammates. I think I've learned my teammates in the past, but I think knowing them every single day and having fun coming to work is one of the most important things that I could do for the rest of my career.
Is that something you did before the season, reaching out to those people, or is it something you did once you guys got into it, you saw the need for that?
It's a little bit before, but most of the time, you won't ask for help when everything kind of looks like it's going to be fun and you have the expectations. And when you're actually in the trenches, then that's when you reach out for some help. But I think also communicating that with my teammates of how I'm feeling and what I'm dealing with has been beneficial as well. So they have a better understanding of who I am as a leader and as a teammate has made it great for us.
And then just how much are you relishing that opportunity with this group?
That's great. It's great. I mean, we're all pretty much close in age, so other than our veterans, like our older veterans, but so we're pretty much close. We understand one another, and we're still growing. So it's still a long season, but we're having fun playing the way we're playing.
Just looking at it sort of from the outside, it's almost like the best player on the team is typically going to be the leader.
Yeah.
Do you ever see sometimes where some guys maybe just are not built for that type of situation?
see it all the time. We see it all the time. I think it's a little unfair to have that responsibility, but the ones that are meant for it, willingly accept it and figure out how they learn best to, leading a group and not just being the best player. It's easier to go out and score 27 points, 28 points, and go get it, and nothing else really matters, and you're just caring about yourself. But when you have to care about a whole entire group and really depend on, just learning who you're playing with every single day and who's coaching you, and having that relationship, then that's far more important to me now than it is just being able to be the young guy, 4th year in the league, 5th year, whatever, just trying to get a bunch of points and assists, have be in the top standings. As long as we're winning and we're up in the top and for teams and my team is feeling good, I'm happy.
Great.
Thank you, Kyrie.
Kyrie.